As the first Leafturn Festival arrives, not every home is filled with lanterns and laughter. Deb Judah returned quietly to her mother's kitchen, welcomed with the warmth of a hug and the familiar rhythm of supper on the stove. For now, the clatter of dishes and her brother's questions are the comfort she needs. Across the city, Lester Lux drifts alone through his condo. He's built stadiums full of applause, but tonight he's just another heart nursing an unspoken hope. In the mirror's reflection, he searches for words that never found their way to her. At sunrise, Lester Lux traded quiet grief for the steady rhythm of the gym. Iron and sweat a temporary cure for the weight he carried. Later, at Benhatta's bar, chance led him not to conversation but to ink. Shane Benhatta, still finding his own path, etched a small heart on Lester's arm, an unspoken confession, carved in ink for the love he never voiced. That night, rain softened the edges of the city. Lester sat beneath its quiet rhythm, pen in hand, tracing thoughts too heavy for conversation. His words turned to poetry, then to music. He reached out to Enzo Bernardi, hoping a melody might carry what his voice could not.
I lit a candle just to warm the space, your shadow still framed in the window pane. I said I'm fine, but I lied to save the pride that love can't always erase. We were a melody I couldn't keep. You left your voice in every beat. So I pressed play and then repeat, and bled the truth between the sheets. Don't worry, I won't say your name. This song don't point, it just explains what silence couldn't help me say. I only wrote this for the record. I found your earring in the hallway light. Funny how ghosts don't need a time. I played that track you used to like, then buried it in lullabies. You said love's supposed to stay, but even vinyl fades away. Still I keep spinning every take, just to feel you in the break. Don't worry, I won't say your name. The song don't point, it just explains what silence couldn't help me say. I only wrote this for the record.
Teebs, Shefanaz Nabim Rabaza.
In the days that followed, memories gave way to something more immediate. Lester's call to Luna Villarreal, an old college flame, felt less like a reunion and more like reaching for a familiar warmth. She arrived with a gentle smile. He offered a single flower. By morning, she suggested making the visit permanent. Lester agreed, not out of certainty, but in hope that a new chapter might ease the ache of the last. While the city held its breath through one man's heartbreak, life in the countryside moved at the pace of the season. In Henford-on-Bagley, Lori Kincheloe gathered old friends and new faces from the FLOC beneath the turning trees. Some knelt in the soil, foraging for seeds to share, believing traditions start one seed at a time. Nearby, Flower Darling lay back in the grass, tracing shapes in drifting clouds, as if reading stories in the autumn sky. On a park bench, Buddy Ulysses and Adabelle Reinhardt found warmth in each other's company, unaware that Sophia Alcala, camera in hand, caught the moment in a single candid frame. At a weathered picnic table, Lori leaned in close to mentor her students, reminding them that leadership often grows from the simplest of conversations. Leafturn isn't only about harvest, it's about planting what comes next. Lori Kincheloe pulled Violetta Candelaria aside beneath the old elm trees. The Commonwealth was seeking a steward for a new, community-run garden, and Lori knew exactly who to ask. When the offer was made, Violetta's surprise gave way to a spark of joy, proof that the season of change can sometimes begin with just one invitation. That evening, Violetta Candelaria called Shane Benhatta with a spark in her voice. She had something worth celebrating. At the trendy restaurant in Newcrest, the two shared warm smiles over clinking glasses. Violetta spoke of the garden she'd been asked to lead, her words bright with possibility. When she asked about him, Shane admitted he'd been carving out his own path in the back room of his father's bar, inking stories on skin, even a heart for Lester Lux. Violetta's encouragement came easy. Sometimes a season of change begins not with the harvest, but with the courage to believe in your own craft. On the way home, Violetta pulled Shane into the glow of the mall's shop windows, hunting for small things to make his improvised tattoo room feel like a studio. Later, back at the bar's secluded storage room, the two shared quiet laughter beneath floating vibes from the bubble blower. A fleeting pause in a season that seemed to promise new beginnings for them both. Across the Commonwealth, the first leaf turn unfolded not in grand ceremonies, but in quiet moments of connection. By the riverbanks, patient hands cast their lines, not chasing trophies, but time itself. At the Bernardi home, laughter and conversation mingled with the scent of dinner, each plate a reminder of how far they've come together. In Willow Creek, Anna Darling tended the grill while her daughters looked on, Flower and Daisy watching their mother shape warmth from ordinary days. And on the gridiron, Lester Lux stepped back onto the field, no longer weighed down by heartbreak, but driven by something simpler, purpose. For him, the game was no longer an escape, it was renewal. Even the strongest among us find their way back home. At the Lux family table, the noise of stadiums and city lights faded into the simple comfort of a mother's meal, a quiet reminder that healing often begins where it all began. Across the Commonwealth, in the Hallivan home, another dinner brought familiar faces together under the same roof. Power, peace, and family, all sharing the same space for a fleeting moment. Outside, autumn settled over the Commonwealth, steady and unhurried. Leafturn had begun, not as a holiday but as a promise, that even after every ending, something new always takes root.